I walked the trough of the flying turns at Knoebels. It is the world's only wooden trackless roller coaster, and I'm going to take you through all of it, all of the stuff I saw, from the wood that goes into the trough, to all the cameras that are around the rides, to the sensors throughout the rides, how those work. Got a really cool look at this coaster, and I'll show it to you right now. All right, so I'm going to keep this intro as quick as I can here, but if you've never been to Knoebels Amusement Resort, it's in central Pennsylvania. It is a gem of an amusement park. It is one of my absolute favorite places, one of the special places for me, because it's my father's home park. He grew up in nearby Shamokin, Pennsylvania, so it's just special for me to go there. But you walk through Knoebels, it's like you're walking back in time. They have rides from all different eras there. If you go on my channel, you can see multiple Knoebels videos. Just search Knoebels, you'll find them. They'll all pop up. Got a POV of the flying turns, which you're going to see today. And what's cool about the flying turns, especially for me, is because it is modeled after the flying turns that was at Riverview Park in Chicago. That amusement park at Belmont and Western Chicago closed in 1967. If you talk to any Chicagoan who was alive during that time, they will tell you amazing stories about the coasters that were there. And one of them was the flying turns. And Knoebels decided back in 2006 they were going to rebuild this thing and build it from the ground up. And it was a very challenging task. It took them 7 years to get it right to finally open it. But it's open now. It is operating. People love the ride. There was big crowds riding it the day that I was there. And they let me ride it early and shoot some video of myself on it. You can see a short on this channel of that. But the really cool thing for me was Ron Berkheiser, who is on their maintenance team. He actually worked on the construction team of the project when they were building it. He walked me through the trough to show me what it's like, how they put all the wood together, how they inspect it every year. And so I figured what I would do is just show you all that video. I'm gonna just show you the raw footage that I recorded with him walking around. And if you're like me, you're really into coasters and all that, this will be interesting to you. If not, you can move along, because it does get kind of into the weeds, but I just thought it was really cool. And for me to just have it sit on my devices here and not share it with you, I thought was a total waste. I just want to preface one thing before I play the video here. My audio recorder that day was shot. Something went wrong with it, so it wouldn't work. And so I was going just off the audio recording on my camera, so the audio is not great in parts of this. I apologize for that. I did all I could to salvage it. A lot of it I couldn't use in my TV segment that I did on the flying turns, but I figured I would just share it with you here. So if you have to ride the volume up and down a little bit, that's on me. I apologize, but either way, I wanted to share it with you, and hopefully you can get something out of it. So here's that video with Ron, and then I'll come back and wrap it up on the other side.
So this is your top layer in the trough, top layer of wood, the running surface that we install, and we replace it on a yearly basis.
So cool. And what kind of wood is it? Did you say?
Southern yellow pine.
Southern yellow pine. Very good.
Of these strips, and they're tongue and groove. They're full one inch thick, and there's 3/4 inch wide, and there's 1 inch wide, and each one of these strips are toe screwed every 6 inches. So that gives you an idea of how much work is involved in just changing this stuff. There's just a top layer out.
You have to do it every year.
We don't do the whole entire thing,
yeah,
but you'll see how much we did this year as we're walking up through here.
Wow.
You'll see the newer wood, and you'll see the vent holes that are cut in to allow the water to escape.
Yeah.
This whole section here was new. This section here was replaced.
And how long is the ride? Like feet wise?
I'm thinking it's right around 1,300 feet.
1,300.
I'm thinking that's right.
And how long did it take you to build this?
Approximately 7 years.
7 years.
So everything was figured out and completed. And,
wow.
We went through a couple different designs of trains till we got them the right design for the ride. But you can see that the staggers are created in the ride, and that helps with the strength and structure and stability of the ride. There's 3 layers of wood in this trough. the first layer that is attached to the steel rings runs direction of travel. That's nailed to the steel ring, to the wood that's bolted to the steel rings. And then the second layer is a 1/2-inch piece of wood that's approximately 6 inches wide, and that runs the radius. And that's nailed to the first layer. And then you have the layer that you're walking on now is a full 1-inch thick. They're tongue and groove southern yellow pine, and they are screwed every 6 inches, toe screwed every 6 inches with a stainless steel screw. The last batch that we purchased was over 10 cents per screw. So
Wow.
this, when you figure 650,000 screws, you can do the math.
Yeah. No. Wow, that's crazy.
So, yeah, this is you'll see sections that we're currently replacing. This section here was replaced, high wear area. This section over here that was replaced on the right hand side, but all the left side was done this over the winter. We just did this recently, just a couple weeks ago.
So cool.
But,
So fair to say, I don't think anybody will build one of these ever again.
I don't. Well, if they have to get the knowledge from us,
Yeah, right.
it might work for them. But if they have to figure it out on their own, it's going to be a long time.
Right, right.
Yeah, it's going to be a long time.
Look at that. It's a cool vantage point. Oh, here comes Stacy. Man, it's a complicated beast.
These are proximity switches, and there's a bunch of them on this whole ride, and they serve multiple purposes. There's a blocking system that's built into the ride, and these control that blocking system. Zero block is a section that's in the station area. Then you have block 1, block 2, block 3, and block 4 and block 5, which is right before the station. And these will do timing. They'll tell you when a train is in that block. They'll speed check. They'll count brake shoes. Anytime a metallic object goes over it, they're activated. So if I go to the layout, line turns layout, this is the basic layout of the whole ride. And when you look at all of these little green and red spots on here on this layout, they're all those proximity switches that I showed you.
Wow.
And as the train goes through the ride, it'll tell you what train is in which block. So when you look at block 0, train number 1 is there. That would be the green train.
Yeah.
When you look at block 5 is train 3, which would be the yellow train. No, I'm wrong. Yes, no, that's right, the yellow train. And so when you follow it around, like, so here's block 0, here's block 1, here's block 2, block 3, which goes from here all the way down through and all the way to the end of the break run transfer table, and then block 4, and then block 5. So it's complicating, but yeah.
They didn't have this in 1925 or whenever the original was cooking, huh? No.
This is like train 1, train 2, train 3, train 4, and the last 10 runs that each train made. And you can look and see what the average times are. Now it's you just do that with a ballpark figure, because it's the average time of the train, the speed of the train from point A to point B. But you have to consider that, okay, just because you have a fast train doesn't mean that wasn't a heavy train.
Right.
It could have been loaded heavy, or it could be a slow train that's loaded light. So you have to, kind of check things out. So when I'm checking trains, I like to check them when they're empty. and then I can compare evenly. But you also want to say, okay, was this train setting for longer than this one? There's so much that goes into it. It's incredible. But yeah,
that's cool.
There's all kinds of neat stuff. This chain is unlike another coaster chain. It's a marine chain. So the reason we use a marine chain is because we use water to lubricate. And the reason we use water to lubricate is because we don't want to get greases and oils in the trough when it's not tracked. A tracked coaster wouldn't hurt to get grease or oil on it because it's controlled, where this isn't. It's so free-flowing, if you add oil or grease there, you could create a mishap pretty easy. But yeah.
So cool. Thanks for the tour.
Well, we'll go out here.
Oh yeah, here's the Coney Island car, right?
Okay.
That's neat.
Watch the train. Of course, that's the station, and they can move all this stuff around.
Wow.
I like to have.
So you see every angle of this for the most part. That's wild.
So you can literally check the trough. So let's say you see something in here that might look strange. You can click on that. You can come up here, and you can zoom in and take a look at it and see what it is.
You're always just keeping an eye on that kind of stuff.
But yeah, absolutely. This person here follows the train down through the trough, and they're always looking to see if there's something left behind that train, like if somebody dropped a cell phone or birds in the trough.
All right, so there you go. I hope that a couple things. One, I hope that you like this video and share it with people. And I hope that you go onto my channel and look at all the other Flying Turns videos that I have posted. And I hope that you watch my other Knoebels content. I rode Phoenix, which is a great wooden roller coaster there with my father a few years ago. That was awesome. That segment's on the channel as well. And most importantly, I hope that you go visit Knoebels because, as I mentioned, it's just a really unique spot. Their history goes back almost 200 years from when it was just a picnic place in this family and transferring down to all different generations and to what it is today, where it's a free park that you can go in, free parking, free admission. You pay for whatever you want to ride. You can rent a cottage there and actually like live on the grounds while you're visiting. You'll see people walking around with their dogs. People just woke up and are getting out and just walking into the park. It is just a really unique, special place. And I know for a lot of people, central Pennsylvania is off the beaten path, but I promise you, I don't know anybody that's gone there and has walked away and not said, wow, I'm so glad I came here. Like, everybody has said that. So I'm a big fan of it. I know it's special for me because my dad, where he grew up and that, but we've just always loved our time there, and I hope you go visit it. When you do, come back here and let me know what you think of it. And I can't wait to go back there and do another story on something else because there's just so many really great special things at that park. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Peace out.